The assault on Titan Hadad has begun. For the next 2 or 3 days, the entire Elite AX community is going to be involved in bombing operations of this Fargoid Titan. There's a host of things that's helpful to know before you get yourself in the action to make the most out of your experience. First and foremost, getting to Titan Hadad requires traversing a pretty long distance from the drop point in the system where it's located. As a consequence, the use of Supercruise overcharged drives is highly, highly recommended in order to not get constantly interdicted on the way there and take a disproportionate amount of time. So equip your SCOs before you get there. It will shorten your travel time and consequently it will make it for a much better experience. The new Python Mark IIs, if you have them, are particularly well suited at that task because of their intrinsic characteristics with regards to how they handle the Supercruise overcharge drives. However, any ship can handle Supercruise overcharge drives and will do fine in getting to Titan Hadad. Once you do get there, it's pretty much the same experience that you've had if you've already participated in other Titan bombing campaigns since the fall of Tyrannus. So there's going to be a vent bombing cycle and a thermal core bombing cycle. We recommend still that a single commander is designated to go on the vent bombing cycle, whereas even though we had reports of a bug with a thermal core getting stuck, being fixed, or at least significantly reduced in terms of frequency of when it appears, we've had situations where that has still happened. So as a best practice, have a single commander go on vent bombing runs, as that will reduce or at least limit the incidences through which the thermal core can get stuck. Where you do this varies based on your personal choice. You can do Titan bombing in open if that's your preferred gameplay mode. You can play in the Anti-Xeno Initiative private group, or you can play in the Xenostrike Force private group, or you can play in your own private group. All those are sort of options that are absolutely viable and come with the pros and cons. When it comes to larger instances like Open, the AXI-PG, and the Xenostrike Force PG, they tend to be inherently more chaotic, so just go in knowing what to expect. Also, in those instances, people fly uncoordinated, so you're going to more likely than not find an enormous amount of scouts, as in possibly up to 100 or more scouts in the instance if the instance has been going on for a while. And while a single scout alone is nothing but a nuisance, 100 scouts on your tail hurt. So the use of cold ships and the use of techniques to avoid damage are paramount if you're going to survive any amount of time in such a crowded instance. Another important public service announcement is that since one of the more recent patches, killing scythes, killing Fargoid hunter scythes, the ones that have the hatchbreaker pods that steal your human cargo, killing those crashes the game in Titan space. We don't know why. It's a new thing. It's incredibly annoying because if you crash to desktop, you then are going to be placed outside of a Titan instance, which means you have to go back through the caustic cloud to rejoin the action after you're logged back in. So don't destroy Fargoid scythes at Titan sites. Leave them alone, or you risk crashing to desktop and creating further issues for the instance. Last but not least, if you are in a closed instance, in an open instance like Open or like the AXI-PG, it's impossible to enforce this rule. But if you are in a small instance, like in your own private group, we highly recommend controlling when commanders join and leave the instance, as that further decreases the chances of the instance getting bugged and of a Titan core getting stuck. The safe period is when the Taurus has finished and the vents are yet to reopen. At that point, it is safe for commanders to leave or join the instance. And note that leaving the instance includes dying and exploding. A trick with regards to that is if you're in a small instance and you explode, wait until you hit the continue button on your destruction screen, the button that then takes you to the rebuy screen. If you wait to click that button, it actually keeps you in the instance until you hit that button. So you can wait until the Taurus has finished and avoid creating bugs for other players in the instance by going back to rebuy screen too early or at a point in the cycle where that might happen. So other than that, as usual, remember human, like large instances can be messy. We're all on the same team here, so let's try our best to show all the best characteristics of humanity. Good luck getting your 2 million bonds for your rewards and more generally having fun in this Titan bombing campaign. And glory to mankind. Come to the Meccan, over and out.